I thought it was about time to bring back the CT Specialist series, where we look at the best players in the world and how they like to play certain positions. And what a better way to do this than with ZywOo and his AWP on Mirage, because let's be honest, we all love to AWP or think we can AWP this map, so maybe we can learn from the best. Now this first round I'm going to show you is a more typical round from ZywOo, give you a little bit of an overview of how he likes to play. Very common amongst AWPers is that early smoke on towards connector, you can hear it put out that Molotov. And ZywOo is very, very active. Notice how he's always jiggling here, trying to guess the timing when those flashes come in before he can pick off a Liege quite easily here, giving his team the advantage. Now, the interesting thing about this particular setup here is notice Alex, he was in that connector area as well, actually just holding that line. So even if he copped that flashbang and was full whited, no one can sneak out middle and potentially time ZywOo. He's going to be jiggling in and out, as you saw, particularly active, and something that is a little bit unique to ZywOo. Not everyone is so active moving in and out of these angles as this French player is. Now, the next thing ZywOo is most likely to do is after getting that mid pick, he likes to gravitate more towards this A site, and he's going to play this top connector area, holding Palace, maybe looking towards a ramp. In this scenario, Naf is particularly disciplined, not going to peek him at all. But after he sees nothing and the timer starts to get below this 1 minute mark, what ZywOo is going to do is he's going to move around to this CT area. And this seems to be his favorite spot to fight or cause some damage to the T side, particularly on these A executes. And the other thing I love about ZywOo is notice that as MBK gets won and gets taken down, he's not overextending, needing that kill. He's going to sit back here a little bit more passive, just trying to deny anyone pushing through towards jungle, even though Stewie has got through in this scenario, and wait for his teammate to come through in Alex, and they're going to peek up here together. He's not overextending, he misses that shot, but luckily the thing about ZywOo is he's going to be hitting a lot of these ones. And you can see, I just love the patience in CT. He's not overextending, thinking, oh, 4v3, I'll just kill everyone anyway, it doesn't really matter. He's waiting for his teammate Alex to come in, and this is very smart right here. RPK drops the smoke, he's going to jump on top of him, so basically it's impossible for Stewie to peek him. And just like that, it's a 4K, and that's the wonderful thing about ZywOo. I can pick any example I want to talk about how they play so well, and this player's going to get me at least 3 kills, so you guys are entertained as well. The only other point I'll make about this connector pick is it depends where your spawn is. Notice ZywOo spawns towards A in this scenario, so he's going to go through the A site, or rather than that rat hole in towards the window area. Also notice the smoke is nice and low in that corner when he's trying to peek over the top, as opposed to he threw it further up the stairs in the previous clip. And again, you can see extinguishing that Molotov nice and early and punishing anyone trying to get out middle very quickly. And that's going to be his favorite way to open up any round on Mirage. The other option you must add if you're going to be an AWPer on Mirage is this jump towards catwalk, because it gives you a whole lot of opportunities. We can go for picks. If a team knows how to throw a good top middle smoke, which Fnatic don't, I think you can actually see something from window with how bad that top middle smoke is. And again, you can see ZywOo very conscious of trying to avoid these flashes, looking into walls a lot before being very happy to jiggle out. He seems more confident in swinging out and creating the contact on these hits. Now this round was particularly interesting for me because of the reaction that Vitality have. The Molotov there towards that top box, a flash for ZywOo to pin on that left side, and then MBK is going to be pushing up here on top middle, and they're going to get a lot of information. And with this, they know, okay, relatively soon there's going to be a hit towards one of the sites. ZywOo is going to reposition, and again, he's going to be the one looking for this information, trying to work out exactly what's going on. Smoke towards Palace, flash over, you see on perfect timing because of the info they have, and he's just going to give himself this early information, get the kill on towards Brolin before he's being flashed and forced back. But that's enough. 5v4, you can happily play retake. Look at the map right now. You just gotta wait for MBK to come with the flank right. Once again, ZywOo back towards the CT area, and because of this flank and the huge man advantage, all he has to do is make sure that no extra map control is taken by Fnatic. So in this case, he's going to jump across this tank, make sure no map control is taken in towards CT, and just hold and wait for NBK to come in here, get his kill, and then ZywOo, as they're all swarming around, can swing in and take out Exist. So again, very patient, knowing when to go aggressive and play more passive in that CT area, and jumping towards short, very, very useful indeed. Now, a lot of you are probably wondering, well, what about window? Well, quite simply, ZywOo doesn't play there. I've loaded a bunch of full buy rounds into Gnosis, and you can see he's always going for these much more dynamic peaks towards con or here towards short. Because if we pause it right now, about 12 seconds into each round, you can see the time he's in window, it's basically just to support anyone pushing up middle. It's not really playing for himself or trying to get those kills. You can see in connector as well, we've got that first pick he went for, quite low, where he killed a Liege. and that's going to be when he smokes higher up the stairs, or the one where he's at the top here, where he's going to smoke a little bit lower. So that's a nice little thing where this connector peek, which ZywOo loves, he mixes it up towards his height. Is he on the floor, or is he up on that ledge? The other spot's going to be the short one, and we just talked about. They're going to be his two favorite spots, a little bit towards B apps, which we'll talk about in a second, and obviously towards A, which I will actually go into a little bit more depth. And you can see if we bring this one right down here, maybe to the first 20 seconds, you can see the positions he likes to play. I'll get rid of all the markers. It is basically towards this mid area or this B pick, and that's pretty much going to be it. I want you to also notice this CT area. It seems to be a spot he likes to play later in the round. If I bring this timer forward, you can see all the heat map expanding, and you can see it's darker and darker here towards CT. So these are all interesting things. This is Gnosis, if you're interested in this tool, actually the sponsor of today's video. So check them out, and we'll get back into looking at the demos and talk about some of these other positions and how he likes to play them. So it's time to get off that middle area and talk about AWPing more of the sites. And you can see the trust that Vitality put in ZywOo. Look at the minimap right now. It's just ZywOo by himself over here towards B. He's going to use that Molotov, nice and close actually, so it clears out any of those corners anyone could be trying to hide in. And he's just going to slowly walk into the angle again. This player's got exceptionally fast reaction time, the one-shot kill gun. He's going to trust himself to get onto all these different lines. Holding, notice he's not too aggressive, he doesn't rush anything, he holds the lines, make sure no one's going to peek him, see what's going to go on before walking, and this is the line that he tends to stop at. And notice his crosshair placement, it's the exact same spot for anyone potentially popping up from that underpass area, but also a shot where he's going to hit it if anyone does walk into the apartments in an angle he doesn't see. So if we give it a little bit of time, we're going to see the NRG players are going to do exactly this. He has to jiggle short because one of the players went down from Vitality, and they're actually now in a 5v3 scenario. But notice he's not moving, and they're still playing two players towards A. He finds Breezy, and he straight away falls away. And I like to pick rounds where there's more to talk about the reaction as well, rather than just the initial play, because he's going to smoke this. And notice he moves further in here towards B. They've had two picks gone the way of NRG towards A, so he's slowly hedging towards this side of the map, and you can see he's actually full rotating, leaving no one towards that B site. Now, Alex does see someone in towards window, so it's going to make him second guess his choice. But once again, with that Molotov there, well, what's the point of that Molotov? That Molotov stops anyone rotating in through jungle, which tells you, okay, they're probably going towards A, they're trying to stop any B rotators coming in, and ZywOo's left in a 1v3. But sometimes all you need is a little bit of luck, and you can see some similarities to how he was playing some of the previous rounds. He's going to get the double cleanup, and, well, what do you expect in a 1v1? He's going to have to play against Tarek, and Tarek doesn't really have any option except to plant the bomb and play this 1v1 with the time running very, very low. So we're happy to beat the Molotov, and I love the confidence. You can see the confidence just oozing out of this player when he plays, which makes him so entertaining, similar to Simple to watch. And he's just going to walk onto this angle, and Tarek didn't even see him because of the way the angles work in CSGO. So that's a great round. It's a 4K. It showed you how he takes B apps at the beginning and how powerful that is. It allows the Vitality members to play very heavy towards A, and the cleanup, well, that's just bonus. Speaking of bonuses, this is my favorite position to AWP, and that's going to be the ticket booth area on the A site. And a lot of you probably know, oh yeah, you can lock down a ramp, you can have a look towards pallets if anyone tries to swing out, you're probably going to win the long range fights. But one thing a lot of players at lower levels don't consider is the options you actually have locking down middle as well from this position. As I was about to illustrate one of them right now, you can see you can look all the way down here towards Con, and even up there towards the catwalk if anyone chooses to scale that way. And I love the utility usage from Vitality around this. Palace is going to be the most annoying angle to deal with, so they're going to smoke that off. That's a nice little smoke if you want to learn one. And the trust with ZywOo here. Notice again, NBK is playing for ZywOo. He's going to push a ramp here, so we know no one can peek ZywOo from a ramp. That palace area is smoked off, so that's very unlikely going to happen. So ZywOo can lock down connector and more likely a ramp, and you see there's going to be the first player towards Valde, and then he's repositioning. He knows this was supposed to be some kind of B split, so he gets in a spot where he can very quickly lock down anyone trying to go up short, and you can see NBK was actually there watching Palace then. NBK is playing very well off ZywOo. He doesn't get many kills in this, but there's a lot to say about what NBK is doing because of the support and what he's enabling ZywOo to do. And again, you can see there's a 3K, the highlight machine coming in, and that's why I love tickets. You have those free movements and all those different angles you can try and take out, as well as being very strong if an A exec does come and go for that one kill, fall back and play a retake, as we've seen ZywOo do on a couple of the earlier clips. And one of the other things which you'll see, but ZywOo again has his own little style about it, is getting aggressive on this A site. Notice very similar to the B apps, he waits for that Molotov just to be fading before he then peeks out, and he's not in any kind of rush, just holding angles before clearing anything out, making it as little likely as possible that someone's going to catch him off guard. And once again, he's going to be playing MBK, seems to be quite a common theme here, and he's going to be clearing it on close on that ledge, and they're going to be playing this bait and switch setup in towards a ramp. And again, it's going to be a great round to see ZywOo reacting on the fly, and this is actually what makes ZywOo such a good player. So as these players start to walk back here from ends towards a ramp, we're going to see ZywOo eventually start to get that first kill as Alu tries to walk in with an AWP on his own, and straight away ZywOo is making sure there's not going to be any reaction out of Palace, while MBK stays here towards a ramp, trying to clear this out and see exactly what's going on from the end side. Now he gets taken out, and this is where ZywOo makes a great decision. Notice he drops that smoke in the middle of the site, and he's going to pop out here towards Palace. He's not trying to exit all the way back towards CT. He knows he probably doesn't have time for that. This smoke is also very important because it stops anyone such as Alexi B come at connector from seeing him. He can play how he wants to, and he's going to funnel all these players either through Palace or A ramp towards the right hand side of this site, where he's going to able to create the shots of his own. And this is something that makes a player exceptional, such as ZywOo, as opposed to just very good. Is some players can just hold the angles. ZywOo is very good at reacting on the fly, dropping smokes, which are very unorthodox. One in the middle of the site is a CT, but you can see exactly what it does for him. Funnels the players to where he wants, and he's going to hit all the shots, and X7 is forced to save, bring it to 7-7 for Vitality. And with all that said, I'd like to thank ZywOo for making every clip I want to analyze a highlight, keeping you guys entertained. So make sure to check out Gnosis, and like and subscribe if you enjoyed the video. I'll catch you all later.